Hello, we are going to review your exponent rules before we start our activity. So it says, let's review the rules. When multiplying terms with like bases, we have to keep the base and add the exponents. So our example here, we have 5 to the 8th times 5 to the negative 2nd. I'm going to keep that like base 5, and then I add our exponents. 8 plus negative 2, which is positive 6. So my answer there would be 5 to the 6th. Next one, we have division when dividing terms with like bases. We keep the base and subtract the exponents. Remember, with multiplying, we're making numbers bigger, so we need to add the exponents. With division, we're making numbers smaller, so we subtract the exponents. Here, our like base is negative 2, and then we subtract 13 minus 6, which will give us negative 2 to the 7th. And you do not need to show that middle step. I just am to show you where I got 7 from. Next is power to power, which is when an exponent is raised to another exponent we multiply the exponents. So here I have 14 to the 8th to the 3rd. I'm going to keep my base, always keep the base. And then we are going to multiply our exponents. 8 times 3 is 24. Next up, when an exponent is negative, we can flip the term and change the sign of the exponent. So remember, if it says simplify using positive exponents or simplify completely, you want to make sure if you have a negative exponent at the end that we're going to flip this and change it to positive. So instead of just 7 to the negative 3rd, this becomes 1 over 7 to the positive 3rd. So you flip it to the bottom and then change the sign. Here we have 2x to the negative 5th. That negative 5 is only on the x, so it's only the x we're going to flip to the bottom. 2 will stay where it is on top. And then on the bottom, we get x to the positive 5. And our last rule, anything raised to the power of 0 equals 1. So negative 2 to the 0 power is 1. And then in the next one, 4 to the 5th times 4 to the 5th, our rule would be that we add our exponents, keep our base 4, add our exponents. 5 plus negative 5 makes 0, which is then 1. Because any number to the 0 power is 1. So that was a quick review of our rules. Down below are some examples for you to work through. And then there is a Google Sheet for you to type in your answer. We're going to do the first one together just so you know what the expectations are. So it says for the questions below, simplify using the exponent rules. Write an equivalent expression, and then evaluate the expression. Use your calculator to find what it equals. Check your answers on the Google Sheet. So in the first box, we're going to use our exponent rules to simplify. Our answer should be something with an exponent, positive exponents. While on the right, it says evaluate, so I'm just going to type it in the calculator and see what I get, and make sure my answer is either a whole number or a fraction. So here I see I have an exponent raised to another exponent. My rule would be to multiply. So 4 times -1 is -4. But now I have a negative exponent, so I need to flip this. So this is going to become 1 over 2 to the +4. So this is what I would type in on the Google Sheet. So over to the right here, I have, this is what your Google Sheet looks like. Any of the ones that have a bar, that is kind of like the fraction set up for you. So I would want to type this in as 1 over 2 to the +4. So any of the ones that have a bar, so 3, 7, 8, 13, there's more somewhere, but any of the ones that already have the bar, that is your fraction set up for you. So then the second part is to evaluate. That's just type it in the calculator. You can type the original into the calculator, parentheses 2 caret 4, close your parentheses, and then to the negative first. Or you can type in what you got simplifying, 1 divide by 2 to the 4th. I would probably type in the original, but both should give you the same answer. So when I type this in, 2 caret 4, close my parentheses, caret -1, I get, make it a fraction, second PRB, 1 over 16. So then that's what I would type in for my second box here. 1 over 16, and it should turn green. So again, any of the ones with a bar, that's your fraction set up for you. If it doesn't have a bar, that's because you just get a positive exponent. And this is your base. This is going to be your exponent, okay? And then your number goes to the right. All right, so you have the rest of the time to work on that.